These oligarchs want their yachts back. I always like to ask, when Jessica's here, not you, Harold, what is the Democrat plan? Because right now they're saying armchair quarterbacking, you can't reward Putin for his naked aggression. So he can't keep the land he won on the battlefield. Okay, how are you going to get Vladimir Putin to relinquish the land he won in battle?
What's going on, you guys? We have Jesse Waters, who has openly admitted he coasted through college, trying to give us a lesson on geopolitics. Sam Cedar has to come in and set the record straight. Let's get into it.
Waters basically showing that when he went to college, he didn't do anything except for drink, I guess, which is fine. But you shouldn't be, analyzing geopolitics with this knowledge base.
These oligarchs want their yachts back. I always like to ask, when Jessica's here, not you.
I like him saying that as Trump has gilded the Oval Office.
It just gets more and more gold every time somebody shows up there.
Like, you're gonna run out of things to gild at a certain point.
These oligarchs want their yachts back. I always like to ask, when Jessica's here, not you, Harold, what is the Democrat plan? Because right now they're saying armchair quarterbacking, you can't reward Putin for his naked aggression. So he can't keep the land he won on the battlefield. Okay, how are you going to get Vladimir Putin to relinquish the land he won in battle? The United States won lands in battle. We didn't just give it back. No country gives back land they win in battle. That's what this is all about. You have to accept reality, and that's what these Democrats are doing. Borders change all the time. You can't go back to the borders that Ukraine had. Think about Germany. It used to be the Prussian Empire. Then it was the German Empire. It expanded, it contracted in the world wars, and then they divided it in two. And now it's reunited. And they can't do this to Ukraine? Come on, that's ridiculous.
Wait, what? Wait, what is he saying? You don't go back to border? Well, I think the idea is that you continue to arm Ukraine and hope that they take back territory.
I mean, Germany's...
And this is very easy for Jesse Waters to say, given that he is nowhere near that area. You can just reduce it to, hey, just change the borders, just change where they're supposed to, they've done that forever, right? They just change the way that land goes. Nothing really causes that, right? We can just make it all super simple. We don't have to think about the reasons for it whatsoever, right?
Borders, I mean, it was the belligerent in a world war.
But also Germany reunited after the USSR fell apart with not a bullet shot in that area.
I mean,
I'm sorry. So they did reunite despite the fact, and so the Soviet Union did cede territory. In fact,
yes, lots.
Ukraine also is in and of itself an example of getting territory back after it had been ostensibly conquered by the Soviet Union.
Jesse Waters,
along with a bunch of other countries.
Yeah.
I would also remind Jesse Waters that there was a military that defeated the Germans, was the largest contingent of the military that defeated the Germans in a country called France. And they still speak French there instead of English, because even though it was U.S. and British forces that were largely responsible for taking back France, they didn't keep it.
Here, Sam Cedar has to educate. You almost wish that somebody like Jesse Waters had something in between his two ears to, give it a listen and to actually reason with it. But Sam Cedar's going to say, this is what happened in Germany whenever they, reunified, France after World War II. Also, just reminding us that this isn't something that comes and goes. This isn't like very natural. These are due to different policies, different treaties, alliances. These are all different things that are happening. It's not as easy as just dismissing it all, as, hey, let's just redraw these lines on the map.
It's a matter of international law, the United Nations, that you cannot annex land that you take in conquest. Now, this is something that we don't, force about Israel, for instance. And that's kind of always been a sort of looming over this Russia-Ukraine stuff, is the hypocrisy there of the West. And you see that somebody like Waters just says, yeah, screw it all. Who cares?
Well, this is the might makes right argument. Our Ukrainian guest yesterday had a piece, or I think was interviewed, where he was talking about how like there's this axis of almost aggressors. I'm forgetting the terminology, but old school conquest forward imperialist leaders, Trump, Netanyahu, Putin. Like, I think that's a pretty good, it's not like it's a formal alliance in the way that, it was in World War II, but these three countries have committed to a might makes right, basically, foreign policy that involves conquering land. But I like that he says like borders contract and expand and throughout history, and he just talks about it in this passive language. It reminds me of Bill O'Reilly with the tides go in, tides go out, you can't explain it thing, right? Wasn't that his mentor anyway?
Yep.
And to me, this is the biggest difference between news networks. You have something like Fox News, which is going to come with nothing but just charisma at this point, I guess. It's to where they're very sure of themselves. They're going to tell you, this is just so simple. We could just do it like this. And anyone who is halfway listening would say, that's not right. That's, but it really does. They must have an audience of people at this point to where no one is actually listening. They are all just stuck in this type of like brain loop, stuck in this type of, hey, look, I just want to be entertained. Please just tell me exactly what I want to hear. Instead of, you see something like the Majority Report coming with facts, coming with reason, coming with actual history. The biggest issue with what Jesse Waters is saying is that, he's going about it in a way that, look, this is just sort of a necessary evil. We have this territorial, like he's wanting to normalize, damn near just normalize conquest. Whenever the truth is that a lot of these different things happen, like Germany reunited without any shots being fired whatsoever. So it's just a matter of, it doesn't always have to be, we only have to do this whenever someone is getting, completely attacked, damn near. That doesn't make up for what's going on. Tell me what you guys like, though. Do you guys like just a show? Do you guys want just a bunch of chaos to always be going down, such as, Jesse Waters in the current political climate, to where he's just saying, let's just put on a show. Let's just be so certain of ourselves. Or do you guys actually care about, like the person that is wanting to hold damn near the line of reality, to hold all this stuff intact? For me, I'm always going to go with Sam Seder. I'm not going to ride with someone who is just wanting to tell me bold lies, that is wanting to rely on rhetoric or, anything that could mislead me. I want to hear the precedents. I want to hear the different laws that are in place. I want to hear what's actually going on. But look, let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.